They beat Brouwer and Mewson, 2013 world champions. They beat Alisson, the Olympic champion. They beat Phil Dolhauser and Nick Lucena this morning to come to this semi-final. They really have scalped some of the biggest names in the sport, and there's only one pair left for Germany to demolish, and that is Norway. Here we go with the first play. Side out for Germany. A roar from the crowd as the local boys, and they really are local boys, they live, train and play here just about every day of their lives, have the first point on the board.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting because it's going to be the one time this tournament they've really had to step up in terms of Norway having the crowd completely for the other team. They're probably drowning out the noise that the Norwegian section is giving, but it does not faze Anders Mol. Look at him up at the net. So deceptive, so difficult to get it by him. And they go after Wickler that time. And already Anders Mol has struck at the net. Left hand and starting to feel it. He knows the importance of this one.
This is the future of beach volleyball out on court. All four players below the age of 25. All four players in their first world championships. All four players believe they can win the gold.
You're absolutely right. It's kind of a preview of what is to come in beach volleyball. You'll see these teams dominating for some time, but this Norwegian duo has done something special. They've won 7 tournaments in their last 10 outings, if you can believe it.
Sorum on the attack for Norway. Up he goes. The block is there from Thole, but it's reactions from Norway that keep the ball up. Wickler now attacks for Germany. And that is the skill of Wickler. He makes you think he's going to spike that ball with power, and he changes his mind at the last minute. A little touch of finesse, and the ball is down on the Norwegian sand. Early break for Germany.
Check out Clemens Wickler right there. Great rotation on the ball. Maybe Norway didn't get the memo. Most people are going the other direction. They're going to try to mix it up. Most people have gone the other direction and paid for it. Maybe the Norwegians know something. They're going to attack Clemens Wickler.
Sorum. Well, Julius Tolle's called a challenge on Norway in the middle of play.
Not sure exactly what the challenge was. Let's take a look. Difficult to see. We're getting blinded. Maybe a net violation. But you can touch the net outside of the antenna. That is not a violation because he is outside of the antenna. That is the rule as I know it. Let's see how they call it. You can run into the pole, you can run into the net as long as it's outside that antenna, which he was. Always remember that each team gets 2 challenges per set. If you're unsuccessful, you lose it. If you are successful, you retain your challenges. So this will be interesting, and definitely a stoppage of play. This taking a little longer than normally. They usually work it out very quickly, but I'm sure they're trying to clarify the rule and discuss it amongst one another.
Dane, I think you're right. He's outside of the antenna. He's purposely stayed there as well. It's whipping the crowd up into a frenzy, this delay.
You know, it's so interesting. Indoor beach volleyball, they all have different rules, and they may be checking.
No fault, you're right. Great call, Dane. Well done.
And here's where, I really wish the FIVB would give the referee a microphone. because the entire crowd is watching that right there. They see Mole go into the net. They don't have a clue what has been called right there. They just know that Norway has won the point, so explanation would be beneficial.
Good words. Another block from Thole. This is the first time that we have seen the #1 seeds under pressure in this World Championship. 4-2 Germany.
Dealing with the block of Julius Thole is something else. 6'9". It is going to be a war at the net.
Wickler with serve for Germany. Serving Anders Mol this time, who now on the attack. And the Viking spikes that ball down the line. Takes the blue tape with it as well. And a point back for Norway at 3-4.
This ball crushed down the line. Thole trying to take the angle, and nobody on the line. The defender playing angle, Thole playing angle. That's called doubling up on the offensive player.
Neither of these teams have lost a match at this World Championship. Neither of these teams have dropped a set. Wonderful start to this opening set from Thole. He can do no wrong at the net right now. And that 2-point break is back with Germany at 5-3.
You know, Nick, I think you said it perfectly when you went down the rundown. Brouwer and Musen, the World Championships. Alisson, a gold medalist and world champion. Phil Dahlhauser, world champion and gold medalist. Those are the teams that Thole and Wickler have been basically destroying, winning in straight sets.
I think the crowd are playing such an important part in Germany's game, really lifting them to a level that we've never seen on the FIVB World Tour. My question, Dane, with your coaching hat on, you can't live your whole World Championship on adrenaline. There's got to be a game plan. There's got to be a tactic if they're to truly beat the Norwegians here today.
Yeah, and, you know, they have a game plan. Be consistent, #1 themselves, and try to serve tough and get the Norwegians out of their game. But what they need to do is focus on being consistent throughout a whole tournament. That's the biggest challenge, regardless of if you have the crowd behind you or against you. Can you play consistent volleyball every time out? And so far, they have answered that question.
Scores are tied at 5-all. Christian Sorum with the service. Still targeting Thole, the Norwegians. Block doesn't work for Anders Mol. The ball tooled off the Norwegians' block by Thole. 6-5. You can just see the small contingent. That's the Norway section of the grandstand. There's about 50 or 60 of them in there, in comparison to about 12,500 German supporters. It's all great fun out there, believe you me. But again, there's that break for Germany at 7-5, Dane.
Unforced error by Christian Sorum.
Finally, they're getting the ball away, but it's not on the first strike. They're having to go twice, sometimes 3 times with attacks at Germany to get that ball to the sand, Dane.
Having to dig a little deeper, a little test for the Norwegians. This time, the first ball's dug over the net, and then the second hit, Christian Sorum puts a little bit extra on it. Clemens Wickler's there. The reaction time is quick for Thole, but not quick enough.
Mixing up the serve, going to Clemens Wickler. Struck that ball a little too hard. He was falling backwards as he swung his arm. 14 points on the board total. Side switch. 7 all is the score.
Just got a little bit underneath the ball was Clemens Wickler. When you get underneath, you start jumping backwards on your approach. That's where that ball goes long.
Jump float from Anders Mol. Great cover from Sorum. The shot over onto Wickler has covered easily. Again, Clemens Wickler smashes that ball off the fingertips of Anders Moll to put Germany back in the lead at 8-7.
Here's the hit. Big, high, crushing blow by Wickler. Look at that, off the right hand. Anders Moll trying to do everything to block that and keep it in control, but not that time. Clemens Wickler getting the best of it.
Thole with the service error. Now, at this point in the championship, with this level of play, those service errors need to disappear. They need to be kept to an absolute minimum. That's frustrating for Germany. Sorum serves Thole. Thole cuts the ball, finds the angle and the open court. No problem at all for Germany right now to keep Norway behind their score. This is a good start for the hosts. Clemens Wickler serving Christian Sorum. Sorum on the attack now for Norway. He tries to go over the block unsuccessfully. Little pokey from Julius Thole. And there's a break on again for Germany at 10-8.
Smart play by Thole up at the net. Here's the soft block, we call it, where the blocker controls the ball up in the air for the defender, who puts it on top. And this is a quick poke shot for Julius Thole. He has shown some skill. We've seen his power. We've seen his creativity as well. You know, the big question is, after this tournament, will they be able to sustain this type of play? And I hope the answer is yes.
That's a good strike of the ball from Sorum. It's one of the key attributes to the Norwegian game, is that they almost have another gear when they're under pressure. They deal with the pressure so calmly and effectively, and there's a classic example from that shot of Sorum.
That ball dropped on him a little bit, and so important to throw your toss perfectly and hit it at its apex. And that was just a bit of an errant toss by Anders Moll. Ends up being a little costly. Christian Sorum smacking it down the line right there. And we are in a technical timeout.
30-second break, halfway point of the opening set. Both these teams are evenly matched. Neither of them have dropped a set, remember, as we said earlier. They've won every match they've played over the past 9 days. The winner goes into the gold medal match against Russia. The loser will face the USA for the bronze. Right now, Dave, it's difficult to pick a winner.
Taking a look at the 5 best blockers of the tournament. Thole, 39, tied with Moll. So you're looking at the best of the best right here. Andre Loyola of Brazil in 3rd, but he is out of the tournament. We told you it'd be a war at the net between these blockers, and that's what we have, an absolute battle. There's a good look at Anders Moll, last year's most outstanding player on tour. And here's Germany's serve placement, 80% going to Sorum, just 20% over to Moll. And so we'll see if they continue that game plan, but so far so good. It's working. It's not as if they're scoring many points off of him, but every once in a while they are, and that's all you can ask for from Christian Sorum.
A capacity crowd here at the Rundbahn Stadium of Hamburg, as Germany have a 1-point advantage at the halfway point of the opening set over Norway. Oh, the flag stays down. It's a 2-point advantage now for Wickler, wearing 2 on his shirt, and his partner Julius Thole. It's a challenge from the Norwegians on that call. Each team allowed 2 challenges. Remember per set. If you're successful with your challenge, you keep the 2 challenges. If you're unsuccessful, then you lose it. Ball in or out from Norway.
Yeah, the official call was in by the line judge, and the Norwegians saw it differently. Will they get the call, though? It's very close. I did think it hit just the outside of the line. Yes, it does. Ball inbounds, and so the play stands. The line judge was right on top of that call.
1 challenge remaining for Norway. 12-10 to Germany. Clemens Wickler with the service. Wickler from deep at the back of the court. His service picked up by Moll.
I like what I saw. Thole. Was it Wickler serving or Thole on that?
Wickler.
All the way back to the banners, and a float serve, very difficult to handle, but somehow Norway gets out of it with a net violation there.
Anders Moll. Wickler steps across to take the serve as the Norwegian puts it down the center. Clemens Wickler again with another perfect roll shot.
All the decisions have been correct for Clemens Wickler. The 24-year-old getting it done. His best finish, well, their best finish, I should say, Wickler and Thole, the 2nd place in the 2019 Hague, in The Hague, the first event of the year, early in January.
Oh, look at that for a save from Clemens Wickler. Thole just skyballs it over to reposition. And that ball looks to be out. Germany take that point, 14-11. Touch block has been called. Another challenge for Norway. They've only got 1 left, Dane.
You're right, because they were unsuccessful on that line call. And now maybe using up their final challenge. Oh, guilty as charged. Thole's left finger definitely touched it. It's interesting. Anders Moll usually doesn't call a challenge unless he's pretty sure about it.
Sorum to serve for Norway. Jump float picked up by Thole, who now attacks for Germany. Ball is good. Linesman flag stays down. 14-12 to Germany. This is the first time in this championship we've seen the young Norwegians under so much pressure. Or are they luring us in to falsely let us believe they're in trouble, and they're actually going to turn this around in the next few points?
Well, they're not necessarily in trouble. It's just that Germany's not giving them anything. And that is the big problem. They have come up against a team who is really playing efficient volleyball, almost like they're accustomed to, and that's what you get. You just get these clashing of heads and the score going back and forth. Thole wishes he had that one back. He thought he had a block, but Sorum was able to squeak it through.
Moll targeting Wickler. That ball is good from Germany. And Germany will be happy to play this side-out game because they've got the advantage on their side. Moll needs to find his block, I would say, Dane.
That would help. That would give him some separation. He's played well. I just can't believe Clemens Wickler's making the right decision every single time. It's like he's unstoppable.
Thole already at the net for Germany. Down the line goes at Sorum. He executes that shot so perfectly. This will be one of many that he puts down this way.
His range is so wide. He can hit that line shot, and then he can hit really sharp angle. And right now, Thole has to commit maybe one way or the other.
Jump float serve from Sorum. Thole picks it up and now attacks. He's hit that too hard. Referee wants a second opinion. Another challenge from Norway.
I don't think this is a challenge from Norway. It's going to be a challenge from Germany. The ball was ruled out of bounds, and I believe Germany wants a block touch. So we know that Mole and Sorum have one challenge remaining, and I believe Germany has both of them. This will be their first. I think they're going to lose this challenge. I don't think there was any touch. Let's take a look. It goes, yeah, no touch there. So Germany down to one challenge as well. A lot of challenges going on, but you know what? They're getting the call correct.
Oh no, our mistake. No challenge remaining at all for Germany. Burned up both of them. Sorum, scores are now level at 15-all. He's not quite there with the block, is he, Anders Mol? Germany celebrate, they take the lead back. Little frustrating for the Norwegian blocker.
Beautiful serve right there. But Thole knows how to get out of trouble. So versatile at that 6'9" frame. Does some things that you wouldn't expect him to, but plays so well. Very agile, 6'9" blocker.
Anders Mol leaves that one. Scores are tied at 16-all. We're down to the business end of this opening set now, and it still could go either team's way.
It's as if Norway is just waiting for Germany to make a couple of errors, but they don't seem to come up with them.
Mol goes to Thole. Thole on the attack. Oh, he's got a little underneath that and off balance as he was striking the ball. And Norway take the lead at 17-16.
You know, a couple of hitting errors by Thole, and that's the difference. You know, Germany would be up 17-16 if he had cleaned those up. Let's see if he can finish strong.
Thole tries again. The block's there this time from Mol. Turn and burn from Wickler. Sorum covers. Mol sets. Sorum takes a little peek and sends it over the top. And it's 18-16. For the first time in this opening set, Norway take the advantage.
What a rally, right? Back and forth. And I was going to say Norway made a mistake by going to Wickler after Thole had hit a ball out of bounds. But obviously they know something. A long rally happens here. Sorum with a beautiful read. This set came out a little sketchy, a little side spin action, but no call. And then a rainbow jumbo shrimp into the corner. All Wickler can do is turn and watch. This is placed just perfectly. Not an easy shot to execute, but Sorum really making it look smooth.
Germany call their timeout as Norway put 3 points on the board very quickly to take the lead and the initiative now in this opening set.
And notice that's the first run of 3 points throughout the entire set by either team. And Norway makes it happen right when they need it, right? They were trailing 16-15. It's been 3 consecutive, and now they have a 2-point lead.
Anders Mol now looking very focused in an attempt to wrap up this opening set in the second semi-final of the day here in the Red Bull Beach Arena. Mol's got his hands on it, but not the direction that he wanted with the ball. It's a big side out for Germany, certainly justifying their call of the side out. Julius Thole to serve for Germany. Sorum. Great play from Norway. Very patient and calm when a lot of people would have panicked and stabbed at the ball. Not the Vikings.
Such a smart play, right? They were in trouble. So what do? They push it into the block and get 3 more contacts. There's 1, there's 2, and then Sorum ignites with a great hit cross court. That is cerebral volleyball. That is playing smart.
Wickler, Thole, Wickler on the attack. There's the block that's been missing, and when it's on form, it is one of the world's best. And Mol finally finds his secret weapon and gives Norway set point.
You were wondering, when would it happen? When would Wickler make an error, try to hit the ball the wrong way? And finally, Anders Mol makes a huge move, and right at the right time, right? These guys know when to score and when to switch to that next gear. And now Norway in complete control.
Set point. Sorum to serve. Jump float to Thole. There's Wickler with the set. Over the top of the block. Sorum has the cover, who now attacks for Norway. It's off the block of Thole, 21-17. For a moment, we thought the #1 seeds were in trouble. They proved us wrong. They find another gear at the business end of the opening set, and that is an impressive first set victory for the Vikings.
It really was. That is the biggest test I've seen against them so far. It just looked like Germany was not going to crack. Here's the statistics: 14-12 in kills in favor of Germany, 82% side out for Norway as opposed to 67 for Germany. No aces either way, and 2-1 in favor of Norway on the block. So very equal as we look at Germany's attack zones. 45% you're seeing on that right side. Thole has had a lot of offense come his way, and there's Norway's attack zone. Majority going to Christian Sorum. And really, it's been a strategic game, both directions. And it's really high level. That's the thing. Nobody giving up easy points. Almost all the points were earned, minus those couple of long hits by Thole. And it just goes to show you unforced errors can be a real killer, especially down the stretch.
Well, the grandstand is at its capacity here. Just over 13,000 outside. There's also a big screen and a big area where the fans that can't get into the stadium can still watch the action. That's packed as well. Record-breaking day for the sport of beach volleyball. Second set, Germany have to win to take this to a third set tiebreak. But already, in the first exchanges of this second set, Norway are firing on all cylinders. Error from Mol gives Germany the first point.
Rip of a shot cross court and right into Sorum's arms, but at the end, it was Germany who won the point.
Clemens Wickler serving. Sorum wins the battle at the net with Thole of Germany. Norway put their first point of this second set on the board. Sorum, such a calm, cool customer, but a brilliant athlete. Could have been a footballer, could have been an international ski racer. Decided the beach was for him.
And he played indoor professionally as well prior to having this success on the beach.
Clemens Wickler's not going to give up this second set without a fight. Germany are not named the giant killers for nothing in this tournament. World champions, Olympic champions, and the best of the USA have all tumbled to Germany. So the Norwegians will not be counting this win yet. Thole with the serve. Well, he got his hands there, but not quite at the right time. And it's a good play yet again from Christian Sorum. If you can't find a way through the block, then just belt it as hard as you can to try and deflect the ball off the block.
It's risky, but Christian Sorum knows when to do it and when not to, and Norway misses that serve, giving Germany a really easy point. Can anybody break away early? That ball just out of bounds, so an unforced error by Norway. And they have found themselves in yet another fight. You know, winning that first set, you think maybe you take some of the wind out of the sails of the Germans and they lose a little confidence, but no, they come back and they strike even harder.
Wickler, beautiful place of the ball. And it's an interesting point that you bring up, Dana. Germany don't seem deflated at all by losing that first set. And it's the first set that they've dropped in the whole of the tournament. But they're still battling with every point, almost like a championship point for them.
Such a nice shot. Can't say enough about number 2 for Germany. Clemens Wickler has stepped up over the last 8 days and just been stellar.
Good shot from Sorum. Fires it right down to the feet and body of Clemens Wickler. Just 23 years of age. Sorum, his partner, just 22. The Germans only 24 and 22. And they've taken the big, established old guard out of this World Championship competition. These two teams out on court. Creative. Crowd loved it.
Great touch, great control. Mole getting in position. And it has been a long day for both of these teams. Remember, the quarterfinals were earlier in the day.
And they were both hard quarterfinals.
And it's the first day of the last 9 days that the teams have had to play multiple matches in the same day, so that can take its toll. It's very important in between that the players got some rest, probably went back to the hotel, took a little rest, had a little lunch, and they're back at it because this is the biggest game of their lives.
Yeah, the Germans beat Phil Dolhauser and Nick Lucena in 2-0, and the Norwegians earlier today beat Lupo and Nicolai of Italy. The number 8 seeds, also 2-0. Trading side outs. 5-6 Norway to serve now.
What a beautiful set by Anders Mole. Making it look easy right there.
That's that superb block, so athletic. He's leaping higher than anybody else in the championship, Anders Mole.
I think that ball hit his foot on the way down. It's actually interesting. Not sure what the call would be if, obviously, Germany could have made a play on it. You don't usually see a guy block a ball so fast down that it hits his own foot that is kind of piking underneath the net.
They're in a good rhythm now, Norway. Germany need to be careful. Starting to find what looks like such an easy flow about their movement on court. When they start to make it look easy, then you know they're in top gear.
That's a nice little run of points. 3 in a row to be exact. And it's given them a 1-point lead. And the Germans, they don't look deterred. They're having the time of their life out there, playing some volleyball that maybe they didn't know they were capable of. There's the side out percentage number, 75 to 63.
I think what's in Norway's favor as well, Dane, and something we should possibly touch on, is that they won the World Tour Finals here last year. So they know the crowd, they know the atmosphere. If you'd never seen this before, it could easily knock you off your game and interfere with your mind a little bit. But that dress rehearsal this time last year, I think is a huge bonus. Ironically, Wickler and Thole were 4th in the World Tour Finals when we were here last year. And of course, Anders Moll and Christian Sorum won here. But I think that's prepared them for these World Championships almost perfectly.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you mentioned the head-to-head that Christian Sorum and Anders Moll lead 4-1 with that head-to-head. And the one win came in Espinho, and that actually came the week before Moll and Sorum won their first international event, being in Stade, Switzerland, and that's when they went on the run.
Yep.
So since the run has started, where they went from there to win the European Championships, the Vienna, the World Tour Finals, and they have been on fire.
Oh, great play from Clemens Wickler to keep the ball up. But Anders Moll is not going to mess around when he's got a free ball like that. This is the semi-final of the World Championships. Wonderful entertainment from both teams. The ball all over the court, as are the players.
Well, how about Clemens Wickler again making spectacular plays? Look at him pursue with his left. He gets that ball up in the air and keeps it in play, and still digs that ball, but his partner's 10 feet off the court. Look at that, still gets an arm on it and still gets the ball up in the air. Clemens Wickler is everywhere.
The lead back with Norway at 8-7. Sorum with the jump float serve. You know it's in from the roar from the crowd before the referee can even blow his whistle. Lovely weight on the ball.
Solid shot. So impressive. Every shot, Thole is not just a big blocker, he's a great all-around player. Very similar to set number one, just real back and forth, no one really making a big move, and we saw what Norway did at the end of the first set. They turned it up a notch, got a couple of unforced errors to go their way, and the rest was history. There's Wickler still crushing it, just like the first day out here. He has been unstoppable. Nobody has really had answers for Clemens Wickler. They've been going the other direction.
Scores are all tied at 9-all. Blocked at the net, Norway, by Julius Thole. You can see how that's given him an adrenaline boost.
Anders Mol looks like he's a bit off balance, going backwards a little bit and not having the vision of seeing where Julius Thole was at. If you don't have vision, you're just swinging blind, and that's when you get blocked.
Well, Anders Mol drops off the net, but Wickler sees him and powers that ball to the body of the Norwegian. There's a break on here now for Germany at 11-9. Norway will look to side out for the next point as we head into the tech timeout.
Who is this guy, Clemens Wickler? Just making spectacular play after spectacular play. Beautiful digs up in the air, and then he's just crushing the ball at ease. It is just amazing how this German team has emerged.
Well, Wickler puts that into the net, going for the ace. Into the technical timeout at the halfway point of the second set. Germany have a 1-point lead over Norway at 11-10. But Norway have already won the first set at 21-17. So if the host nation are to take this to a third set tiebreak, they must win this second set. They need to draw clear in part 2 of this second set.
Germany is in a great position right now, and as they were in the first set, you just want to get into position to have the possibility to beat this team of Norway. Here's Germany's serve placement. 72% to Sorum, 20% to Mol, 8% down the middle, and it has been very interesting. No ace serves so far for Germany. They've been opting to keep that ball in play and give, of course, Julius Thole an opportunity to be a blocker.
.42 blocks for Mol, top of the table in the tournament, and 135 kills or scores for Thole. That has him at the top of the table for this 12th FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. Second half of the second set, it's a must-win for Germany, or they'll be heading for the bronze medal match tomorrow, not the gold. Good strike of the ball coming out of the tech timeout, meaning business. The Germans, and the break is there again at 12-10.
Another solid read by Sorum. Look, he's in the right spot. Arms are ready. I think he should try to get 2 arms on that if he can. Kind of caught him high, a little awkward. Just trying to survive right there. And here comes Germany.
Oh, look at Wickler. He's at it again. Absolutely brilliant play. So fast at the back of the court and super effective when he's attacking at the net.
He anticipated this one. He hung in the angle and then he took off down the line, made the play, and look at his reaction time. That's the second hit after the block took place, and he just can do no wrong. And Anders Mol, all he can do right now is shake his head. He cannot believe what he has seen from Clemens Wickler.
Sorum. Oh, he put it out of play. I cannot believe that. This is the best opportunity that Germany have found themselves in against the Norwegian #1 seeds at 14-10. Norway call a timeout. They want to try and stop this momentum of Germany.
I mean, you got to be asking yourself, how long can Germany sustain this? 6 of the last 7 points they have taken from the #1 team in the world. They have pressured them from the get-go. And it's just really unbelievable to think of how good the number 12 seed in this tournament is playing, regardless of if it's at home or not. I don't know how they're playing such flawless volleyball for this amount of time. It's one thing to have a great match, but they've had great match after great match. As you keep saying, they're the giant killers. They're taking on all comers, and they are successful. How long can they keep it up? Can they keep it up for another 24 hours? Because that's about all that is needed, and they will be world champions. And imagine that, the number 12 seed getting an automatic bid to the Olympic Games. That would be miraculous.
Well, the German fans have waited 10 years for this moment, Dane. You have to go back to 2009 Stavanger, when our very own Julius Brink brought the gold home to Germany with his partner, Jonas Reckermann. And then, of course, he went to London and took the Olympic gold as well. Well, justifying the call of the timeouts, just a little breather, a little reassess for Norway. And they're putting points back on the board again. They're just 3 behind Germany now, but they have won the first set 21-17. Lovely back set from Wickler. But the cross-court spike is perfect. 15-11 for Germany. Can Thole and Wickler become the first team at these World Championships to take a set off the Norwegian number 1 seeds?
The face of Anders Mol, trying to extend and reach, do anything he can to stop Thole.
Well, an uncharacteristic shank on the ball on the serve receive. And now the errors are starting to come from the Norwegians. They're a little despondent, heads are down. And Germany have Norway on the ropes here. Well, the knockout's not quite there, Dane, but it's looking good for Germany.
We thought that Norway was trying to wait for Germany to make errors. Maybe it's the other way around. Germany's so strong, and now it's Norway with a few unforced errors. Not there by Anders Mol, putting it down, and at 16-12, they're gonna have to push that go button right now and play with a sense of urgency, Norway is, if they're gonna get back into this one, because Germany has broken the second set wide open.
Can Norway pull this 4-point lead back? Wickler, Thole, Wickler on the attack. Second time. Off the block and fingertips of Anders Mol. 17-12. Germany 5 points clear of Norway.
Everything that can go right has gone right for Germany. And it just continues to keep happening. This time, Wickler, he's almost smiling before he hits the ball. He just knows that that ball is going to be successfully contacting the sand.
Power play from Anders Mol, over on 2, 13-17. Is this the start of the Norwegian comeback? A little more urgency about their play now, Norway. Deep jump float to Wickler. Wickler on the attack for Germany. He's beaten Mol at the block again. Goes down the line.
He absolutely thumps this ball. He acts like there's no block in front of him. Not the best blocker in the world. He bounces that ball into the first row of fans. Just incredible what Germany's doing right here.
It's a good serve. Look at the swerve and spin on the ball. Wickler on the attack. Sorum covers. Mol sets. Sorum down the line. 14-18. That's a big side out for Norway. if they're going to stay in this second set.
And you see how hard they had to work for it right there. And it was because of that shot by Wickler. They scooped it up finally.
Sorum serves Wickler. Well, he's got such a wide repertoire of shots to choose from. He's leaving the Norwegians guessing here.
They just cannot get a beat on Clemens Wickler. Everything that he touches is getting down to the sand, and not many errors to speak of.
(15-19). Side out for Germany from this Norwegian service, and they're at set point. This is the big point for the host nation. Moll with a big jump serve. Wickler on the attack. Sorum has his hands under it. Now he attacks for Norway. And it's good. 16-19.
Finally, the Norwegians dig Wickler and convert a point right there. So maybe that will be a little bit of an adjustment. This is just miraculous. The high-level volleyball that is being played by Germany consistently throughout this entire 9 days so far of this World Championship.
Thole this time the target of the serve. Oh! 2 jumps on the net with the ball, but it just lands inside the Norwegian court. Set point for Germany. It looks like we're on our way to a tiebreak. Are Norway about to drop their first set of this World Championship?
I believe the answer is yes, when the ball rolls 3 times off the top of the net and still manages to stay in. There's 1, 2, 3, and still in the court. Wow.
Wickler looking to wrap this up with his serve. Sorum on the attack for Norway. This time it's Moll. And there it is! Let's play ball, because Germany have taken this to a 3rd set tiebreak. And for the first time across 9 days of competition at these World Championships, Norway find themselves under a lot of pressure. It's the first set they've dropped down, and Germany right now look like they can do no wrong.
I wouldn't want to be playing Germany right now. Everything going their way. They do the coin toss there to find out who will be serving and what side they will take. But, wow, Thole right there. And then this is a quick set to the outside. He just saunters out, gets his hands in the right position, and then stuffs Anders Moll once again. He's playing almost unconscious volleyball. Everything going their way. The match statistics, take a look. 4-3 in blocks in favor of Norway. No aces still. And the percentage of side out, 68-70 in favor of Germany, but very equal. Here's a pass accuracy from Germany, 50% accuracy, everything kind of in that correct region that they can run a great offense, and that is exactly what they have been doing for Norway.
Look at these pictures. Oh, there's about 100 Norwegian fans in there. There's about 13,000 German fans in there, loving this atmosphere. It's going to a 3rd set tiebreak. It's a little bit of a sprint, to be honest. We're heading to 15 points rather than 21. We side switch on 5 rather than 7. There's no tech timeout. So it really is heads down, and let's see which team can blaze the trail for a spot in the gold medal match to go up against Russia tomorrow afternoon.
Any prediction, Nick?
Norway. Oh! Brilliant again.
Can they keep it up for this third set to 15 points? Thole on the money every single time. I think you're going to see the best that Norway has right here. These two young players, they know how to turn it up. They know they're in a tough situation right here. Let's see how they respond.
Oh, look at that. Like a pinball machine, and the ball is still good. And again from Wickler.
Net violation, Thole right there. And things like that, they just have not been happening, where traditionally with this team, they would be. Look at that ping pong back forth, pinball machine, and somehow Germany keeps it in play, and Norway has to be thinking, how do we get the ball to the sand? Every single hit is coming up. Good composure by Sorum, and then he's gonna hit this ball, which is gonna be dug again, but there is a net violation. So it just keeps on rolling for Germany right here.
Anders Moll with the service for Norway. Pushing Wickler way out to the right. It's the perfect set from his partner, Thole, making life easy for Clemens Wickler to go down the line. And once again, the #1 team on the Beach Volleyball World Tour being made to pay here. They really are.
I mean, they are the World Tour champs, the reigning World Tour champs, the best ranked team in the world as well, and the European defending champions. They are hands down the best team in the world right now, and Germany is giving them all that they could ever want.
Germany with the advantage at 2-1. Here's their big blocker, Julius Thole with the serve. Sorum, up he goes, spikes that ball down to Wickler's feet. Scores are tied at 2-all.
What I like about Norway is they're still swinging away. You know, they haven't resorted to a shot game. They're still ripping the ball, but it seems like Wickler is always in the right spot defensively. There's a great volleyball play, a soft block by Anders Moll. That allows Sorum to tee him up on the second contact, and then Moll putting it away. One of the rare times that Norway's been able to score a point.
Sorum serves Thole. There's the set from his partner. Sorum, good cover. Over on 2 from Anders Moll. Gives Norway a break at 4 points to 2.
This is exactly what I thought I would see, Nick. The Norwegian boys understanding that they need to turn up their game a little bit. And it's kind of nice seeing them pushed a little bit to see how they react. I spoke with Kari Moll, the father of Anders Moll, and he said, you know, it takes talent to win a tournament, but it takes character to sustain the consistency, and he is so proud of his team. They are stepping up, you can see right now. Class acts, holding their composure, holding their patience, and finally, they have got a little bit of an edge on this team from Germany.
3-point advantage. This is what Anders Moll really wants to do, is his block. It's his favorite part of the game. He's the best in the world, and when it goes his way, it is quite sensational to watch. It's deserted him a little, particularly in that second set that Germany won. But if he's got it back where he wants it, then the local lads will be in trouble. Germany call a timeout. Let's take a look at the Norwegian pass accuracy, Dane.
Yeah, 71% in system in that square right at the net. They're able to run their offense. It's just that Thole and Wickler have been playing solid defense even when the Norwegians have good positions to really get a good swing at the ball. So Norway playing their consistent top-level game. It's just that Germany is doing the same thing.
Sorum with the service for Norway. Serving Thole, the German blocker. Up he goes on the attack. That's a lovely shot from Julius Thole. Again, Thole is just 24 years of age, playing way above his years with the maturity and timing of his shots. Keeping their calm as well, Germany. Certainly justifies the call of the timeout. Wickler to serve. Oh, and that is the first time that we have seen both the Norwegians go for the serve, both bump into each other, and the result is another point on the board for Germany. Very rare do we see that happen.
What a great serve on that back line for Clemens Wickler, putting it in the perfect spot. So difficult to do to Mole and Sorum, but they are somehow finding some weaknesses.
Good turn from Thole. Oh, look at that from Wickler. Scores are all tied. They're back in the game again.
Goes off the side of his hand and hits the outside of the line. That is the way it has gone. Germany turned this thing around and they have the last 3 points.
Advantage back to Norway at 6-5.
You know, you couldn't ask for anything more in this tournament. You have had a spectacular crowd. You have a hometown team that is in the Final Four, and this place is absolutely rocking.
Great play from Norway. That roll shot over the top of the block from Sorum has their fans screaming with delight. Perfect timing on the shot. 7-5 to Norway. 15 rather than 21 is the target score, as long as you're too clear of the opposition. Exactly the same shot back at Norway from Germany.
All smiles. It's Julius Thole, and why shouldn't it be? Playing the best volleyball of his life right now against the best team in the world. So great to see when teams are peaking, playing their best when the best is needed. Especially when it's a bit of a surprise, an underdog, a 12 seed stepping up.
Out of play. Now, Germany have been doing exceptionally well, keeping their errors down to the absolute bare minimum. And they need to keep that focus in this third and final set. Sorum with the serve. Great shot from Julius Thole. Trading side outs now.
just inside the left arm of Anders Mol. And just showing the arsenal that he has.
That ball is a little long. Scores are tied at 8-all. This could go either team's way. Germany still on track to maintain their amazing run of upsets in this championship. They've taken some of the biggest names in the sport out of the competition, and they may go to that gold medal match taking the biggest names of all out of the chase.
I think we have a challenge on a block touch. There's no touch right there, of course, by Julius Thole. So the Norwegians down to one challenge remaining. You want to keep that one challenge in your back pocket, because if at match point something happens, you want to be able to pull it out.
Thole's block is perfect. Germany back with the lead at 9-8. Now Anders Mol needs to think of a different tactic here. Going straight at Thole is not going to work for the Norwegians. Almost like he's getting a bit of his own medicine, isn't it, Anders Mol?
Right, exactly. Norway as a whole have come up against a wall, really. 4 of the last 5 points going to Germany. Wickler's ripping that serve.
Sorum goes down the line, very calm and very cool. Scores are tied at 9-all.
He is one cool customer, Christian Sorum. Not going to show you a lot of emotion right there. Very deliberate, definitive where he wanted to put that ball. Follows through. That's a risky play. If Thole is just a little bit shifted to his left, he could block that ball.
Germany have got Norway on the ropes again. And their fans know it.
What a rip. 83 kilometers per hour. And look at the way that Wickler's walking around. It's almost like he's just on autopilot. Almost like he's unconscious, just getting it done every time he's asked to.
Wickler's there again.
That ball's out of bounds. That's a point for Norway, and Germany sure had their opportunities, and Anders Mol is thinking to himself, what do I have to do to get rid of this team from Germany and defeat them? He stayed patient, but Germany keeps coming back. Are we gonna have a challenge here?
Looks like it.
This ball looked like it went just out of bounds. There's no touch there. This play will stand as, oh, a net fault. That's what they're looking for. It's a little different. No fault there. Yeah, that's the ball hitting almost right when it looked like Anders Mol might have been touching the net. So you really can't blame Germany for trying to challenge that one. It would have been a big point. 11-9 would have been a nicer switch for Germany than 10 points apiece. This is a nail biter coming down to the wire here. Getting interesting.
Sorum with the service. Oh, there's the first costly error from Thole and Wickler. Close play at the net, put it into their own side.
Nick, I'm telling you, this is hard to describe in words. That play is more characteristic of what Germany has done, and you don't ever see it. Right now, they're playing flawless. They really have the heavyweights up against the wall, the way they have limited their errors.
Thole's timing is at perfection as well. Through the hands of Mol as he's getting to full stretch. Off goes the Red Bull cap. And the point on the board for Germany, all tied at 11-all. You need to be 2 points clear, but the target score is 15, remember, not 21. Oh, ace serve from Wickler. First one of the match. Couldn't come at a more important time. And the German fans are on their feet.
This, he goes right down the line. Just where he intended for that to go. And Anders Mol just a little bit too late reacting. And that is a massive ace serve by Clemens Wickler, who has really been unstoppable.
Needs to keep this momentum flowing now. It's another one. Oh, just there, Mol. Norway scrambling here.
Anders Mol has a lot to be angry about. That was a throw. He pushed the ball open-handed into the block and then out of bounds, but he will not get the call. Anders Mol has a right to be very disappointed.
Yeah, that's poor refereeing from Pristovakin.
Let's take a look at the replay to confirm what I thought I saw. You cannot open-hand attack the ball if the blocker doesn't touch it simultaneously. There's the dig, and it's the final play of the rally that we want to take a look at. And here it is. There's the open hand, pushes into the block and wipes it out. There it is. You cannot open hand push, so a complete miss of the call by Roman Pristovakin, the Russian referee. And it's going to be point for Germany. That is a crucial point. But did you see both the Norwegians turn to the ref right away? They wanted a violation called. Very interesting. 3 in a row for Germany. And in the driver's seat, the attack zones for Germany across the net. Really liking that middle right side. We've seen them be so successful. No matter who's hitting, Germany has really been on point. Can they close it out, Nick? 2 points away right here.
A real tough decision against Norway there. They need to refocus. Off the tape of the net, Sorum. And he's hit that ball.
Net.
Touch, I think.
For no block touch.
Challenge from Germany.
I thought a net violation was called. That's what I saw the umpire. And that's interesting because the call was a net by the referee initially, and now they're challenging the block touch. Maybe they gave the wrong signal and they called a touch. So right now they're talking about the net. Anders Mol is saying, I thought you guys called the net. Why are we looking at the block touch? Just as I was confused, it looked like they were confused. Nonetheless, we're going to move on. 14-11, it's match point.
This is it. A lot of confusion from the referee, but we're at match point. And this is the biggest upset of the 2019 World Champs. That's a good one, surely. The referee finally gives a point to Norway after 3 conjectured points. in a row. Lots of debate and argument out there. But Sorum finally gets this one down. It's a second match point for Germany. The Giant Killers look to have pulled off another massive victory here. Or can Norway dig themselves out of this hole? It's all over! Germany go forwards to the gold medal match. They have beaten Mol and Sorum. The #1 seeds will go to the bronze medal match. Germany have done it again. They have beaten the world #1 team, and they've done it in style. The crowd cannot believe it. The players are shocked. And Norway, the true sportsmen that they are, congratulate Germany as the host nation goes forward to the gold medal match. The Norwegian #1 seeds will battle the USA for bronze tomorrow.
Wow, what a thrilling match this was. You just were going back and forth, such high level. Neither team giving up easy points. And then at the end, sure, a little confusion, but wow, did these Germans earn this opportunity to go to the finals and fight for a world championship. This was maybe the match of the tournament in terms of how high level it was. Too bad it wasn't a final. I mean, wow. Something special, an instant classic.
There's going to be a big party here tonight. You'd think they'd won the gold already. Look at Clemens Wickler. His friends and fans are going absolutely wild with delight. Another huge upset from this German team. Sensational performance. Beaten for only the second time this season. Mol and Sorum of Norway. But their dream of World Championship glory has gone.
Es war einfach nur geil hier zu spielen. Ich freue mich mega auf morgen. Ich hoffe, ihr seid alle wieder dabei.
Well, Wickler tells the fans in the crowd he's so looking forward to the big day tomorrow, and he hopes that they'll all come cheer them on again. Oh yes, they'll be here tomorrow, no question of a doubt. Credit where it's due to Julius Thole, closes it out with skill and absolute accuracy.